2013 one at the beginning. They have a girl like tied up. It's a bunch of weird looking people in the fucking room, and she's like, "Daddy, why are you doing this to me?" and blah blah blah. And then the dad come over there and he's like, "I know you're not my daughter." And then she put the whole demon voice on, and then he like light her on fire, and then he take a shotgun and blow her fucking head off. That shit fire. Yeah, that shit was stupid fire.
Hey! Oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
man.
shit was fire. But what's good, YouTube? It's Sir Rome of RaRa. Today I'm here with the broski.
The one and Oski. Terry Oski.
Yes, sir. And today we're going to talk about Evil Dead Rise. It's a horror film. Came out in April. We watched it. Terry actually watched it twice. And,
I watched it twice.
Yes. And we're just going to try to get through this pretty quick. We're going to do a plot. We're going to do our likes and our dislikes. And we're going to do our ranking and recommendations. Mm-hmm. I also got a couple of other little parts I'm going to add in that he don't know I'm going to add in. And besides that, you got anything you want to add in?
Nah, man, I'm just happy to be back with the RaRa Nation. It's been a while, man. So, we about to get back to it.
Let's do it.
Yes. Run, girl, run. It was a virtuoso, Skip. It was a virtuoso.
Dynamite. Yeah. It's a black guy review.
My hen dog. Where is my hen dog?
It's a wrong, it's a beast.
Standing right here, right now. We're going to the Super Bowl.
If you like that, subscribe. Yeah, it really helps with the views. Yeah, it's a black guy review. Yeah, trying to start something new.
Cold guy, red.
All right, first thing we're going to do is talk about the plot, which we call the meats, like Arby's. We have the meats.
We have the meats.
Yep, and we'll explain why it's the meats pretty soon in. We're going to try to do a quick plot, so I'll start it off, pass it off to Terry a few times. All right, so if you've ever seen Evil Dead, even if you haven't, but either way, it's always about...
If you haven't, you should.
100%.
Like, we're not talking about this one. Like, there's a bunch of them. You should watch at least one of them.
Yeah, but it's always about a book, the Necronomicon or whatever the hell it's called. But it's about the Book of the Dead, and so somebody always ends up reading the book. People get possessed, and it goes from there. This one so happens to be about a family getting possessed, starting with the mom, but we'll get into it. So I want to mention something before I get into the full plot. The beginning to this one, to me, was like probably the worst part. There's only one part I thought was worse than the beginning, and I'll tell y'all later on.
By beginning, you mean the beginning?
I mean the opening part, yeah.
Oh yes, that was I'll put that.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that because I watched Evil Dead 2013 right before this one, and just the difference in the two openings, man, it's like leaps and bounds different. I appreciate 2013 a lot more after watching this one, because
I don't remember the opening. I was supposed he gave me an assignment to watch 2013 before this one, and failed miserably. But I've seen it before. We've seen it together back in the past. I do know it's one of my favorite, if not favorite, horror movies. So.
Just to bring it to you, the 2013 one at the beginning, they have a girl like tied up. It's a bunch of weird looking people in the fucking room, and she's like, "Daddy, why are you doing this to me?" and blah blah blah. And then the dad come over there and he's like, "I know you're not my daughter." And then she put the whole demon voice on, and then he like light her on fire, and then he take a shotgun and blow her fucking head off. That shit fire. Yeah, that shit was stupid fire.
Hey! Oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
man.
shit was fire. But either way, the opening to this one, they're at like a cabin, and it's like some teens living there, and one of the girls gets possessed, and she ends up killing the other people, and then we move on to where we're at in the actual movie. And it's a family. You got Ellie, who is the mom. You got Beth, who is the aunt or the sister to the mom. And then you got Danny, who...
Danny's a sibling that's the oldest.
Yes.
Danny's the oldest sibling.
Yes. Blonde-haired one. Yeah.
The one with the eyes.
She had eyes.
It's the oldest. He the oldest.
And then you got Bridget. She's the oldest sister or middle child, or
she's
the middle sister.
She's older. She's older than the youngest.
Yeah. So Bridget, and then you got Cassie, who is the little sister.
She's the youngest. That we can confirm.
Yes. And Danny, Bridget, Cassie, and then the mom. The dad's not in the picture at all, and then the aunt. So they're in a hotel. I mean, not a hotel, an apartment, like a rundown apartment. They have an earthquake happen, so a lot of power gets shut off, and they really can't move around the way they want. The kids are down in the carport when the earthquake happens. They discover like an underground vault, like a safe, and Danny jumps down in there, being the curious kid or teen she is, and
Danny.
Yeah, and Danny finds the book, he finds some records, and he finds a Jesus statue that almost knocked his ass out.
That's where the Jesus statue came in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they tell him don't take the shit. He takes it anyways. Mm-hmm. Bring it up to his room. Go ahead and throw it out there. Danny's like a DJ. Yes. Yeah.
Danny threw the records on. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. He's lit. First of all, he tries to open the book. He cuts his finger on the book because it's got like teeth on the sides of it. It's a creepy looking fucking book. And it cuts his finger and he drops the blood right onto the book. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows if you ever seen Evil Dead, you don't get your blood on the book. That's the beginning of the end for your ass. But he gets blood on the book, so then it opens up. He opens the book up, starts reading the pages. It's weird shit. It's deep demonic shit. And the Bridget is like,
with pictures, lots of vivid pictures. Yeah. So you know it's demonic.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wonder what this says. Yeah. No. You know what what's going on.
For sure. But Bridget don't want him to read the book, so she tells him cut the shit out. As soon as she leaves out, he read it anyways. He pulls out the records, starts spinning them in reverse. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's when he plays it normal, you can't understand what they're saying. He runs it back in reverse.
I did miss that part.
Yeah, and then you can understand them. And it's a guy reading off names, like a church, like a crowd of people. And he's reading off these names, and it sends a being, or I don't know what you want to call it, but it sends something, and it hits his mom. It attaches to his mom, Ellie. And
he listens to, it's 3 discs. Yeah, he listens to 2 of them. The first one is just a man saying, I just found this book. Yeah. It's made of flesh. It has teeth like this. And, I'm a priest, and we all think that this is the Book of the Dead. Then in the same disc, he this is the Book of the Dead. They saying we need to do this with it. Whatever. Second one, he put on, look, man, and they told us to throw it out. We said we did, but a couple of us, we actually trying to figure it out. We think these words mean this.
Yeah, and he kind of reads off like a chant almost. It's and that's the movie. I don't want to even go no deeper. That's the plot.
That's it. I mean,
that is the plot.
The earthquake that happens is not an earthquake. It is whatever they call hitting the building, and only that building goes because it looks like it's only us.
Mm-hmm. With the power outage.
So it's like
the earthquake happens, and then when he reads the book off, that's when the power outage happens.
That's
only
true.
In the building.
That's right.
Yeah, because the earthquake is how they get to the book. So yeah. So they had a power outage only in their apartment. And so there's other characters in the apartment, so it's not like it's only them in the apartment. But also they mentioned that the apartment is about to get shut down, so it's not like a lot of people living there. Like they mentioned that it's gonna be closed down in the next couple of months. So I guess people already been moving out. But on their floor, there's not that many people. But yeah, so that's the plot. The mom gets possessed. If you've ever seen Evil Dead, when one person gets possessed, it gets fucked up after that. What would you call them? Like, would you say they zombies or demons, or what do you think they are?
Most definitely possessed by demons.
Yeah,
all of them are. They just
But the reason I ask zombies, because don't they have to kind of die before they become whatever
not
they
necessarily. Are? You think a couple of them didn't die before they came possessed.
Yeah, but they get get weird first. But when they really be out of it, I think because she say mommy's with the maggots. Like when they say, "Is this mom?" It's like mommy's with the maggots. Like your mom dead. I just taking over her body. But I guess it's a possession in a way.
It's a possession.
Yeah, it's definitely demons. Yeah.
I was just about to say something.
No, we'll get into it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the plot. So the mom gets possessed. She starts wreaking havoc on their ass, and they're stuck in and they stuck in their building for a lot of it. Like in their actual apartment, not even in the building for a lot of it because the elevator won't go up and down. So really they only on their floor, and you stuck in there with this chick that's legit out off her rocker, like she doing some wild shit.
This cinematography. How do you say what?
Cinematography. I don't know.
The Cinemax and the Cineflix and this whole film is amazing because like it's close quarters because it is in an apartment, and then when it's not, it's only on one floor. You know, so it's very
it make you feel
compact.
claustrophobic, kind of,
but in a good way because like and even I don't know if you realize the apartments are full of stuff like coming from. We both came from the same place. Big family with single parent households, like chaos and just toys here, chairs there.
It's
just
not like a clean place.
And they run through the house all the time, and you feel like it makes you like. So even though it's small, I feel like you know the whole little scene.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So that's our plot. That was the meats. Before we get into our likes and our dislikes, or do you want to do the likes and the dislikes first? It's up to you. Which one you want to do first? I got another thing we can do.
Do something else.
Okay. Before we get into our likes and our dislikes, I'm going to do what we call the potatoes. You have your meat and your potatoes. So this part, he don't know what I'm about to ask him yet, but I got 3 random questions I'm going to ask him. We're both going to answer the questions. It's just questions about like how you felt about it. All right. So first question.
Drink some of this water real quick.
Go ahead.
Water.
First question. Who was the best character in your opinion?
Bridget. No, by best, I would say. For some reason, they made me feel like Bridget was the main character. Not saying she was the best character, but
Beth or Bridget?
Was Bridget the youngest?
Bridget's the girl, the daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why you thought she was the main character, but you talking about the young daughter?
Bridget's a middle child.
Yeah.
Yeah, not her.
Oh.
No, I thought that she was gonna be.
Oh, I see what you're saying. From the start.
So the way it started off, but I'd say the best character in that had to.
Or just who's your favorite character? It don't matter who's the best.
Nobody's my favorite in that.
That's been fine answer for me too. I don't mind.
Yeah, it'd be nobody there.
Okay, I'd say the youngest daughter. What was her name? I'd say Cassie was my favorite character. She did some of the dumbest shit in the whole movie, but she's also like a 7-year-old or something, right? And she a survivor to be a 7-year-old. Like most of the time, I mean, me personally, you would assume the 7-year-old be the first one to die because they just not gonna do smart shit. But she made it through the movie. Spoiler. So I would say she's Beth is the best character, but I guess Cassie would be my favorite character because she got like one-liners and shit that's kind of funny. But all right, question number 2.
Hey, Cassie was gonna be my second though. It's all the 2 youngest. It's crazy because we didn't choose the one they pushed on us, which was Ellie.
The mom?
No, not Ellie.
Oh, Beth.
Beth.
I like Beth. I
like Beth too, but she wasn't like
Yeah. I like Beth. She was alright.
Anybody fucking with Danny?
No one should fuck with Danny. Danny was the worst character in the whole movie.
Danny was bullshit.
God awful.
Let me tell you one thing about Danny, bitch ass.
You doing your dislikes, bro. You ain't gotta do it now. We gonna have a dislike. Because I can tell right now you about to get into your dislikes.
But I'm just saying though.
No.
You gonna play your music, man. I'm just saying though, just be respectful in this household, man. Who you think Alright.
Alright. Question number 2. Was it better than the 2013 movie? Just from your memory.
And I will say, just off of the fact that I'm going based off of memory and a little bit of nostalgia and all the other stuff, no. Because do I need to go over because?
If you want to, you can.
Yeah, I'll go over the quick because.
Go ahead.
Because of a setting. I'm a 90s kid. I'm a millennial. That Cabin in the Woods feeling will always be number 1 horror film, whatever. And I do like that the this one had, and this is not part of my likes dislikes, but this goes with this question. It reminded you of the Contagious. What's that movie when they were like trapped in a building? Contagious.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
Quarantine.
about. Yeah, Quarantine.
It had that feel, but a little bit more free, and it was just like it was like.
I feel like Quarantine.
It was Quarantine, but without the first person.
Yeah.
Which is
I hate
why Quarantine sucked.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm right there with you on that.
So I like the first one where they had it more.
Yeah. I say 2013 was better, but I will say this. I think this movie was creepier than 2013. I think this one kind of had me more on the edge of my seat when it came to like I was just worried about the characters more, I guess. In the 2013, I didn't give a shit if they lived or died. I just want to see good death in a good movie. And 2013 delivered on that shit 100%. And like he said, it was in the cabin, and most of the time, you want good shit out of cabin in the woods type thing. But I think they did it better than any movie I've seen as far as like how they set it up in 2013. But this one was creepy to me. I really thought it was creepy. I think the setting was creepier because they couldn't move around like they wanted to. Think about it. You're in a cabin in the woods. You can run in the woods. You got free reign. I mean, they did have like a where they couldn't escape the woods, but you could still run away from the cabin. Yeah. But in this one, you were literally stuck in the apartment.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this one was creepier. I think 2013 was better. So third question, last one. What was the scariest moments for you in this movie?
Okay. As he said, I've seen it twice. I'd say the scariest part.
You can say more than one if you got more.
There are several.
Okay.
There are several.
But we'll go back and forth. So you do one, I do one.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to wait for the last one. You go first.
I think the first creepy moment for me, the first one that hit me, was when the mom first came back from the elevator. She just got possessed. And they sitting in there, I don't remember what they doing, but they sitting there doing some family type shit. And she stands in the hallway all crooked hipped and looking creepy as hell. And they don't even notice her at first. They steady just moving back and forth. And then she says something and they turn around and they're like, Mom? And then she does this creepy walk all the way up to the kitchen and starts fucking just grabbing eggs and throwing them in a pan, right? And that part's not really creepy, but I'm just sitting there the whole time like what the fuck? What is she about to do? Like, is she about to murk them, or like what's about to happen? And the whole setting just feels super creepy.
And the way they show, like the way she walks up on that, is
the way the camera's position is perfect.
The cinematography,
whatever it's called.
Yeah, they did an amazing job at that. You guys did amazing at what y'all did.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go with spoiler alert, the bathtub scene in the trailer. Once you see that whole scene,
it's
is
nice scene.
Nuts. And the scream, when you hear a scream in the movie theaters, you hear it so good you can hear the details. It's not a scream; it's a scream of a bunch of people screaming, sounding like they're burning in hell. It is a very,
they covering their ears, and you want to cover your ears.
Yeah, in a way that it was wild.
In the hallway screaming, like they heard that shit through the building type screaming.
Yeah.
The next creepy part for me was when they were in the this is another spoiler, but everything's gonna be a spoiler. Yeah. But they were in the hallway, and damn near everybody been possessed at this point. It's just Cassie and Beth, and they're trying to get through the fire exit. So they're trying to go through this door, and you haven't seen any of the neighbors like since they got killed, and these motherfuckers all wake up at damn near the same time, right? And all she got is a shotgun with 2 bullets in this motherfucker. And they're all getting up at the same time. And they get forced to go through this elevator. And I think the elevator was one of the creepiest parts to me because it's just constantly opening and closing. It's like, I would never go there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like a possessed elevator. Like, I would
Isn't that wild that we found out why it was kept doing that?
Yeah. It was over the keys being there.
Keys just being there the whole time. We like, that's a demonic elevator.
It felt so creepy.
Somebody just didn't. Well, we know.
Yeah. But I will say, that's the moment that made me feel dread, where I'm like, if I was in that situation, I'm a dead man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's 10 of these. They couldn't beat one. There's been one in the house with them. And there was 4 of them, and they couldn't beat the one possessed. They got in the hallway, and it's 6 possessed people, and it's 2 of them. So you just feel like, and then they go into an elevator that's not shutting, and it felt like that was about to be the end of everybody as you watching it. So I'd say that part was pretty creepy.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit you my top.
Go ahead. Yeah, this is the last one. Go ahead.
They threw you an Easter egg, and that's another reason I appreciate this scene. They threw the alley early in the movie, tossed the alley up. Didn't even think about it once until it came back on me. He had said, "Damn, cat got stuck up there again."
Oh yeah.
Look, man, I didn't think about that once. I'm sitting there laughing about something else, while there's another scene going on, and then you hear cats meow, and you see the eyes jerk, and that right there, because nobody else in the house, including the person that Ellie's talking to, who's
has even
not dumb, but a child, nobody else is aware. Somebody, Beth is in the back listening to something, and then you hear a meow and an eyes jerk,
and you know,
you know that right there was scary. Anything, I was like, oh,
I agree with him. That part, it's another one of those dread moments where you're like, this ain't gonna be good for nobody. Be bad for
nobody can stop what's about to happen right now. There's nothing you can do.
But just to throw in one more creepy thing, and this isn't even like scary, but the voice they use for the possessed Ellie is like a really good creepy voice. It sounds like a dude almost, but with a woman's like tint on it. Like when she say "mommy's with the maggots," or when she's outside the door and Sam's looking out of it. And I can't remember her quote, but it's like, I don't know. Her in the peephole to me was great. It was great.
What she said in the peephole?
Yeah, what she said?
She said, "You don't look so good." Oh, nothing a big old kiss won't fix.
That's it.
But you see her when she said,
yeah, she's a creepy looking.
A blind woman or a blind 2-year-old would know. What's on the other side of that door, a kiss ain't gonna fix, man.
Yes, man.
They ain't gonna.
Sick. That's beyond sick. Ooh.
And that's.
Ooh, yeah. We get to our likes now, dislikes now. All right. We got through all of that. You ready for the likes and the dislikes?
Yeah, man.
All right. Which one you want to start with?
Likes, man.
You know what we got to do. We do the likes.
Oh, man. Maybe we should. Maybe we go to this.
No, we go on likes. We go on likes.
The
sauce. Yep. So you had your meat. You had your potatoes. You can't have your meat without your sauce. Most of the meat. Yeah, you ain't much meat you gonna eat without some form of sauce.
Yeah,
ketchup.
Whether it's A1.
Yeah. It could be anything.
Ketchup off the rip.
Anything. I mean, if it's a hamburger, you might need ketchup. That's me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You have honey mustard with some chicken tenders.
Okay. He doubled back with the honey mustard.
You know what I'm saying?
He threw ketchup out there first.
Come on, man. You want Alfredo sauce with your chicken Alfredo? Come on, I'm just saying. You want sauce? You get sauce.
Meatball marinara.
Yeah. Now we talking.
All right.
Now we talking about some sauce.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. You want to start with your likes? Or you want me to start?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, then. Go ahead.
I really, really like the Cinemonopoly. The Cinemonopoly was amazing in this movie. They made you see what you needed to see, and the way they followed it, you know, the way you feel so intimate about the characters in, you know, the house, and they did a great job, man. Yeah. I ain't gonna do no further than that. You need to you know.
I'm gonna add on to what he was saying, but this is also gonna be my like. If you've ever seen the old Evil Deads, and even if you haven't seen them, you've probably seen some of these clips. But there's a scene when Beth's running, and they have like a POV shot of her, like where it looks like she's holding the camera, and it's aimed at her, and she's got blood all over her face, and she's running, and the camera's shaking. They did that in the old Evil Dead movies too with Ash. And I appreciate that they brought it back, and it damn near looked the same as it looked in the old Evil Dead.
Amazing.
Yeah, they really made it look
amazing.
Good. I loved it, but to finish off my likes, I like that they used a few different things to like reach back to the old Evil Dead, like to make them all connect. Because I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but they said there was 4 Book of the Deads, and if you go back and think about all the movies they had Evil Dead 1, that's one Book of the Dead. Evil Dead 2. That's the second Book of the Dead. They have an Evil Dead 3, but I'm going to skip it for a second. They had Evil Dead 2013, that's the 3rd book. And then Evil Dead Rise, that's the 4th book. And then they have Evil Dead Shadows, something about, it's one where all of the books, once you get all of the books open, that's what happens in the 3rd Evil Dead. So now all of the books have been in a movie. All 4 of the Evil Dead books.
Okay, because I've seen the original 2013 remake, the one we seen, and not the whole second
I think it's
original.
Soldiers of the Darkness or Shadow of the Darkness, whatever it is. There's a 3rd one which I haven't even seen, but I read up on this, and that one is apparently what happens when all the books have been used. So now and then they said all of these books have been separate books. I've seen the second one, but I don't remember it that well. And I don't think I've seen the first one, so I can't, look. But you can tell this book is a different book than the 2013 one. They don't even look the same. They all have like flesh on the outside of them and shit, but they all look like different books. And they're all called the Books of the Dead though. So yeah, 4 different books, all tied together now. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, you got another like?
Yes, of course. I'm trying to figure out how to say it while you open your water. I'm a new uncle. I got a niece now. I got to be responsible. No, I'm joking, man. Look, okay. Without saying too much, I like the fact that the ending or the last third of the movie, not the ending like the last 5 minutes, last third of the movie has a bunch of twists and turns. You really don't know if it might actually be the end of the movie. Okay, maybe it's not.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, it actually was. They do a good job of mixing it up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wasn't like, I called it.
Yeah. I'm with you on that because like I was saying in my creepiest part is there was this feeling of dread where you think the main character's about to die. Like, and then there's like another 20 minutes of the movie. But they could have ended it. It could have ended. You don't know when it's going to end. We don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, I thought when they got in the elevator, they were screwed. The elevator filled up with blood. You know what I'm saying? You think they dead. You know, how they going to get out of this? And the thing about Evil Dead is everybody be dying. Like, nobody has to live. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has to live. So you never know if like this is the end or not. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Can I go off of one thing you just said real quick?
Yeah,
I will say that I never knew who the main character was until you got knocked off. It was like Clue. I didn't know if it was you or anybody else. So, you know, when he said the main character, when he said that, I was like, who is he talking about? And that's when I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I really didn't know. I mean, I knew who was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what was about to happen until it happened.
See, not to step on his thing, but I've got this thing where I be watching and look for shit. And I knew she was going to be the main character because she was pregnant. And it showed her in the club on that one part doing that pregnancy test early on in the movie. And that's how I knew she was going to be the main character. But at the same time, they did try to do a little switcheroo and kind of force the viewers to think like maybe it would be Bridget. Because Bridget was the smart one out of the
middle child.
kids.
Just
she was telling Danny, don't do this. And she was protecting. So I see what you're saying. I just know... it is a thing where you like, they ain't gonna kill the kids. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna kill all the kids. There's no way. But at the same time, it's Evil Dead. And Evil Dead don't give a damn.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was like, you never know.
Yeah.
Kid might get his head chopped off.
Definitely. Most definitely. Another light for me, I think it's me. Yeah, another light for me would be the gore. Which I'm a gore fanatic, bro. If you notice most of the movies, I'm a huge fan of. They're gory movies, so I like Saw. I like shit like that. Even though Saw kind of sucked as a whole, but it's scenes in there that stuck with me.
Always.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it sucked, but at the same time, there's shit that stuck with me because it's so gory and gross. And Evil Dead 2013 did the best out of all movies I've ever seen with the gore. Man. It's the best gore movie I've ever seen. So, and this one was up there. They had some parts where they could have done more, but they also had some parts that was like gross. So I think it did pretty well with the gore.
I guess I'm gonna mix all of my likes into my last like. Is the location, the fact that it was different than a cabin in the woods, which I was expecting it to be a remake, like, oh, they stumbled across this cabin. Starts off with a cabin, throws you off, goes to the city.
True.
You know, makes you feel like this can happen in a huge city, and you know, where you feel like you're never alone in this huge building. And guess what? Evil Dead will get you, and when we get you, you ain't calling nobody or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it brought fear to you. And it brought the fact that we can bring fear to you in your hood, in your city, where you at. You know, not wait for you to come to the cabin in the woods and have this horror story. Oh yeah, we on your neck.
Yeah. Oh, question. So you say you watched the first Evil Dead recently? Like the old one? The very first one? So when they discovered a book in that one, does the girl get tied up and possessed like it did in these last two?
Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about that.
No, I'm just curious if they do that or not.
No, yeah. I'll tell you about that. And what I'll tell you is that the acting in that movie was so piss poor that we're talking about the original?
Yes.
Yeah. The original. When she did that, she got tied up, yeah.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying the screaming is just like, I just remember like I walked out when all that fake screaming, like acting back really then, old. I know that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, I'm not saying the movie is bad, but I'm saying like certain scenes when she was in the Cinemonopoly was all up in her face, and she was like, Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Okay, I was just curious because I was gonna say that's another callback they do, and all of I noticed that in all of them, a woman gets tied up, even though it's not in the same way. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about that.
Yeah, but they all get tied up in a certain way and possessed. So I guess that's like something to do with the Book of the Dead.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't see where you were going with that, and that's why I was just like, I'm just gonna take my time to say that.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to say because in 2013 she get tied up by like trees and vines and she get possessed, and this one she gets tied up by like elevator cables and she get possessed. So I was curious if in the first two the same thing happened. But yeah, that's it for my likes. I want to get to the dislikes. I kind of want to roast this shit.
Hey man, get at it.
I hate to be that guy, but I kind of want to roast this shit. So we're gonna do our dislikes, which is
trash pile.
Yes, the trash pile. You want me to
Dumpster
start?
fire.
Ooh, more than it's doodle juice. It's a pile of shit on your doorstep on fire, and you gotta go out there and stomp it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you get locked out while you stumping it out.
And you ain't have nothing but your drawers on because you was trying to hurry up and stomp it out.
Middle winter.
Okay, go. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got a lot of dislikes. Not saying I dislike the movie, but there was just a lot of shit. I'm one of them people, man. I'm watching the movie like, why didn't you do this? But my first one would be, okay, this nigga went and messed with a book. I mean, he went and found the book. I get it. You found the book. It was wrapped up. You didn't see it. I get it. You bring it up there. You open it up. This thing has flesh on the outside, and it has teeth or claws or whatever it is.
I couldn't figure out the animal.
Holding it closed. You decide you're going to open it anyways. Not only do you open it, your sister advises you, hey, let's not do that. And you wait until she leaves and you do it anyways. What human being in real life, do you know any person in real life that would look at that book and open that book, read that book, somebody tell you, hey, this kind of fucked up. It done already cut you, made you bleed. Somebody say, hey, this book kind of fucked up. And you open it back and read it again.
Just a nick. It's just a nick.
You know what I'm saying? Who does that?
Nobody.
I think that's my only problem with all the Evil Deads is like, it's a lot of unrealistic shit going on.
When we say nobody, I mean like
90% of people.
97%, but
Yeah.
like there's 3%.
But like I'm saying, that's my problem with the Evil Dead movies in a whole is it takes somebody being complete idiots to get this shit kicked off. Every time it's somebody that's doing some stupid shit to get it kicked off. I just got to throw in the 2013 movie, this nigga found a book downstairs in the fucking basement with a bunch of cats hanging up dead. That's already a fucking sign. That's not good enough for him. He opened the book. There's names scribbled out. They got Sharpie on it. They scribbled it out. They wrote on there, do not say this name. This nigga went and got a piece of paper, cuz, put it over it, used a pencil, and found the name anyways, cuz. And not only did he find it, Terrio, he said it out loud. What the fuck? You couldn't read the book. You couldn't just read it in your head and be like, that's a wild name. This nigga said every one of them was cuz. It takes some dumb shit to get these bitches kicked off. That's all I'm saying. And I think a lot of people think that when they watching it, like, come on, bro. Like, it's kind of unbelievable for a motherfucker to really go that far with a necromancer or whatever that shit's called. But all right, you go ahead.
No, I'm not trying to sound like I'm defending the movie or nothing like that, but I know a lot of dumb mother lovers out there. And y'all probably some of them. So let's just continue on with the Disney dislikes. I did not like the fact that didn't really know what was going on with the family, man.
I remember you getting mad about this in the movie theater.
What? I just don't know what's going on, man. You can't. I mean, I get that you're a single mother and all. Papa John just left like a month or two ago is what we heard, you know, and everything else. These kids are running around wild, man, like it's like Nickelodeon or something, man. I think
why we couldn't relate to this part, I hate to be the guy to bring race into this,
man.
but I think it's because it was a white family, cuz. I don't think we can relate to it because it was white folks, cuz.
Some of my white friends growing up had loose rules, and you know, you can run around. Yeah. You're not running in no house, but at the same time, like, running into a house and she dyeing her hair, and then he playing music as loud as he can with headphones on.
Yeah. but you got the music playing loud.
It's loud all the way across, and then the daughter is doing. It was unbelievably chaotic.
Yeah.
To where you had me. I know how it is. It's already chaotic when you with single mother and 3 kids, and but it was overly. That little bit was like, hey, y'all need to. Cause I'm not rooting for any of y'all right now.
I think I'm with you. I think that's what I was saying. Like that first 20 minutes of meeting the family, it's all just kind of unrealistic feeling. It didn't feel like a setting of some shit that was about to happen. Like, I hate to keep bringing up 2013, but they had a girl that was hooked on meth, and they brought her out to a cabin to try to wean her off of that shit, or heroin, I think it was. But they brought her to a cabin to try to wean her off of that shit. So they wouldn't let her leave. She wanted to leave because she saw the fucking thing that was attacking her, but they thought she was just trying to get out of there because she wanted to go back to doing heroin.
That feeling of being trapped in that movie also.
But another dislike for me, I already said it earlier, but I thought the beginning, the opening scene, man, it was something about it. It just felt like cheap. It felt like they didn't put no money into it. It felt like they were like, all right, the girl get her fucking cap peeled back. She get her wig split. You feel me? She get her fucking wig split, right?
Yes, she did.
And it looked crucial when it happened.
Yes, she did.
But then they show her when she comes out on the pier, and it don't look like her wig been split no more. It just looked like they just poured some shit on top of her head, and she still had hair on her head and shit.
I thought I was the only one to see that. She dropped horrible. Something on the thing that looked like it was literally part of her, maybe skull.
Yeah.
It was thick, and then it showed her head, and it just like somebody's shape.
Yeah, no, that shit looked cheap to me.
It did.
And then her floating out the water after she killed him.
Yeah.
And him jumping in the water, and her like, there's never a time when somebody get killed like that.
Grabbed a.
You know what I'm saying? There's never a time in any of the Evil Deads I've seen nobody gets killed like that. Why'd they choose to kill her like that? I thought that shit was stupid.
The whole scene was stupid. He's out there with a drone, so obviously you guys have technology. I mean, it's modern day. It's right now. And one of them's on the floor without a hangover. Only time you're gonna see me on the floor like this, and maybe twice a week, but I guarantee you it was a hangover. Okay.
You talking about her laying in the bed?
Yeah. But if I didn't drink and you see me like this, you better call somebody, man.
Ooh, that part was a little creepy when she started reading the book, and the girl started reading the book out loud while she was reading the book. The motherfucker on the bed was reading the book.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was a little creepy. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait. And there was some humor in that too, though.
Yeah.
Because she was dissing the old dude, girl.
Yeah. I enjoyed that little part of the opening.
And not trying to say the opening was good, but it did set you up for
the ending.
And just what's next, because it hit you with what I thought I wanted, the Cabin in the Woods remake. But then when they did that, in my head, I'm like, oh man, this is terrible. Yeah. And then it just switched completely. And that was cool. Yeah, I will say the opening ended up being the ending also, because they showed how the girl they showed why she was possessed by the end of it. It was one day earlier. Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool. But again, the cabin deaths happen in like 2 minutes. That's not how Evil Dead shit work. You know what I'm saying? You watch the movie, they be like torturing them, kind of like they scare them. I know, but I know why though. That wasn't the amount of Evil Dead people. It wasn't enough people. It was 3 people. Yeah. And then Yeah, I'm with you on that. Is it my dislike? Okay, I got a dislike, and this one was actually a creepy scene, but it pissed me off because Beth was sitting there listening to the recordings. Got headphones on, can't hear nothing, right? The lady, Ellie, the possessed lady, comes through the vent. Okay. She comes through the vent. She's a possessed monster. Why does she sit there and just crawl around the room and, just take her time and let her listen to the whole video? And then even once she takes the headphones off and sees her, she ain't trying to kill her. Like, that's my question is, are they trying to kill these people? See, and I thought about this the second time I watched it. And the reason I thought about this is because there's a scene towards the end where there's a chainsaw, and somebody could very likely easily, and then the next scene could be a head flying out, and that's what I thought could or should happen. Yeah, I feel like because how demonic it is and how they don't have to explain it, but I feel like whatever is doing that feeds off fear, and that fear is better than the death. That's why I say it's almost like a torture. It is a torture. It's like it's a high. I feel like these demons get like.
So that's why I went back to I didn't like the opening, because in the opening she snatched the scalp off. That was pretty torturous.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude jumps in the water, because I don't know if you remember, but the girl that's possessed, she falls in the water. And the dude jumps in, because she get hit in the face. She hits her own self in the
comes up.
Yeah, and I'm like, that feel like
they were either setting up for a finale of what's next, or that was the dumbest stuff ever.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
I'm
with you on that, because like, if that is the end of what you just said, this whole book of four books, then it makes sense that she rose up. Yeah, she's one of those. But if this is just the end scene of something, and then
the next
movie has nothing to do with that, then y'all messed up.
I think that's where I was going with it. It's like, okay, if she about to be the new super motherfucker, because they do be having them super motherfuckers in the movies. If she's about to be that, cool, but I just feel like she didn't do the torturing thing the way that the rest of them begin to.
Because if you're gonna do it like that, then you need to end it like the last Paranormal, where it's known
epic
that
ending.
It's the wrap for the world.
See, I don't think it was an ending. It was an ending for this movie. I don't think it was the ending for the Evil Dead series. But I think they just tried to do something cool. They tried to hurry up and get some shit out, and I didn't enjoy it much. I didn't think the water death. I think the water death was the worst death I've ever seen in the Evil Dead movie. I didn't like it.
When he jumped in
the water and there's just blood.
Bubble?
Yeah, I'm like, man, that's Evil Dead. You're supposed to.
He should have been dead anyway, because he was the asshole.
Yeah, he's bullshitting.
It was, and his girl landed on the floor, and he out there flying a drone.
Yeah. Okay, you got any more dislikes? If you got any more, you can go ahead and get them out.
No.
I got more, but they all just nitpicky like my last few have been. I'm trying to think if there's any like last shit.
Wait, hold on, wait. Let me think if there's
I do have one more
real
good one. I have one more good one.
Oh, you go first, because I feel like I can bring one up.
Okay, so this monster that they created, this 3-headed, 6-armed, whatever the fuck it was, sucked. When it was just Ellie was kicking ass. Ellie was putting motherfuckers in a coffin. They turned into this 3-headed thing, and for one, it didn't kill anybody. For two, it moved super slow. It made him worse. It didn't make her like a more powerful, stronger, villain. It was like it became worse. It got slower. It got dumber, and she was able to defeat it. But when it was Ellie and all the other zombies, when they was in the hallway, I felt like there was no way they were getting out of there with 6 possessed people. But then you take 3 of the people, make them one person, and make it move slow. And now you got a chance to escape. Like, you know what I'm saying? But so I didn't think it was a good, like, ultimate bad guy. I think it was easier to beat than if they would have just brought 6 of those fucking zombie possessed people down there.
Yeah, because then you could have to shoot them all.
Yeah. So, and even when you shoot them and kill them and stab them, they come back. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'd have to kill all 6 of them very fast and get the hell out of there.
Knock the heads off. At least knock the heads off.
Yeah. But I didn't think he was a good bad guy. I thought he was creepy.
Honestly, I think that the movie, they had already lost, and she combined, and she wasn't as strong, It was an L. It was an L, and you still kind of had it, but you didn't have it. And that's why that chainsaw scene.
Yeah.
Could have been your dub. You could have stole the dub.
Yeah. But why did chainsaw even pop up too? I didn't like that it was just
because
there.
It was a homage.
Yeah,
they needed it. They didn't throw anything back to the old one yet, and then it just popped up. And
I didn't like that it was just there. That was kind of weird for me.
I didn't either, but I loved every way it was used.
Oh yeah, chainsaw always the goat
in the scene and everything else. I was just like, they brought the chainsaw out. I gotta
agree with you with that.
I don't know.
I gotta agree with you. It was epic when they brought it out.
It was BS when they pulled it out their pocket.
Yeah.
When they started using that, I was like, let's go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because Beth had that whole.
Oh, she was wielding that bitch like a chainsaw user, cuz.
It went hard. But
she was like level 100 with the chainsaw.
Yeah. I didn't like the fact they had a tree grinder or whatnot that was down there. That chipper thing.
Yeah.
Because the second time I was sitting there towards the end, I was like, how did.
Not just how, why? That's what I'm saying.
No, I didn't. At first, and then I remember how. Then I was like, wait, what?
How? What you mean?
Yeah. I didn't even know how it ended.
What do you mean? Oh, you don't remember? You didn't remember how he died?
Yeah, the 3-headed monster. I didn't remember how it died. But then once I did, right before it happened, I was like, why is that out there?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I was like, why is that even in there?
They just threw some shit together to kill this thing. It was
Yeah.
kind of weird. It was cool the way he died. It's cool. Okay, it's a gory scene. You need gore in these movies. But they could have had they could have literally had a reason for a chipper to be there, and it would have been easy to come up with one.
They did mention that fact that it's the dude's truck upstairs.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they said
okay.
like, we got to go through this abandoned apartment to get to the fire escape. And he was like, you can get through the door, can't you? He was like, yeah, I got the tools in my truck. That's also Mr. Shotgun. And then when they went down there, the tools in his truck was
I appreciate that more. Okay, I appreciate that.
I knew what they were doing between the two.
It didn't, but the truck that the chainsaw was in looked like a Brinks truck.
That's what I mean. Like it didn't look like it should have been in the city.
Yeah,
that's a country ass truck to have a.
Yeah,
I mean, like I don't know,
but you know, they was like inside of it. It wasn't like a tailgate. Like they was inside of a fucking, like I said, like a Brinks truck with a fucking chainsaw in it. It wasn't like
no, it was a pickup with a tailgate and then a something on top.
They was in that thing like that.
They was in the back. It wasn't a pickup. It wasn't a Brinks truck, bro.
It was a big truck.
No, it was a big truck. Yeah, you're right though.
It was something big because they was covered.
And then behind it, attached to it was
yeah, I know the chipper was attached.
The chipper was attached.
I've used them chippers a bunch too, but yeah, I used to use them at work. But and they will fuck you up like that for sure.
Of course they will. But I'm just saying, like it was just weird that everything else has been super, you know, city like.
Yeah, you got that. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. All right, we're gonna get into our rankings real quick. All right, let's get to our rankings and our recommendations.
I just like to say, man, it's so good to be back, bro. I ain't been here in a minute, man.
Hopefully he's back for a long time, not a good time.
Hopefully both. I would enjoy a good time.
Hey, that's the Drake line. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's what he say.
Drake.
But yeah, let's get to our rankings. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first, man.
All right, maybe I go first. Okay.
Bro,
okay.
I'm feeding off you right now.
Okay,
bro.
so I will say, I thought Evil Dead 2013 was the apex of scary movies. It's always been my favorite scary movie. My number one, my uno. So that's S+.
Ich auch.
Okay, so if that's S+,
German for me too. This
cannot be S+. So I would like to say, I thought this movie was amazing. I've only seen it once. I'm gonna give it the old A+. And I'm gonna stand on my A+ because I think it was creepy. I think the camera shit was great. I think the acting was great. I think the gore was great. I just think that I just think it didn't live up to 2013. That's the only reason I can't give it the numero uno. It didn't do better than 2013 for me.
All right, here's to you.
Okay.
And here's to it's not Reese's biggest. Was this the scariest horror movie too?
Scariest?
Yeah.
No.
What did he say it was?
Oh, Reese?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because we had that video. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what his scariest movie is. I'm not sure.
Well, at least me and you. Yeah, I'm with you. It does not top 2013. Even though I don't, the things I do remember on 2013, I remember a lot. I'm like, whew.
I can get you some scenes off that one.
Yeah, but I will say it is an A+.
You like the A+? We both on the A+?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a.
I wouldn't say S- kind of.
The few characters that they have do a great job at what they do. They play their roles, and the directors don't even like whoever writes it. They don't try to add in too much.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about it. I think that it's his own type of thing. You know what I'm saying? There's no other movie like Evil Dead for me. It's got its own book. It's got its own reason for people to get possessed, and then the way that they kill people when they're possessed is like its own weird.
Everybody gets like the same amount of screen time. You don't know who is what, and it's just like and I love the fact that Ellie played that demon role or whatever so good. They chose the perfect person.
Wow, she was.
It is in the Cinemonopoly in this movie.
to point out his Cinemonopoly. The peephole scene, they had a whole scene with the peephole. And it was great. It was a great scene, bro. Like, they really did that.
No, for like, everything that they did, when they wanted you to focus on something, it was good for the eyes. It was good for the acting. It was good, man.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
It made you root for people and then be like, oh, man. And then be like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck him.
Oh, yeah. I was with that.
Yeah.
And I will say, when I was watching it, I was like, who's gonna die? Because people gotta die.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, who they gonna do this to? Who they gonna?
After the first 25 minutes, I was like you. I was like, somebody really gotta die in this hole?
Yeah.
I hope they all.
I'm like, okay, the neighbors if the neighbors die, that's fine.
Yeah.
But as far as his family, who's gonna die? Because
I kind of ain't want the neighbors to die.
Yeah.
I kind of ain't want the
I
neighbors.
like the neighbors. I thought the neighbors was pretty lit.
I thought the neighbors was fire.
Yeah.
I like everybody in this movie.
Yeah. It's a great movie,
and
man.
I like the fact that they all died.
Me too. That's why I like Evil Dead. That is why I love Evil Dead.
Exactly, bro.
Because it don't spare nobody. You can be a kid. It don't matter. You're gonna fucking die. And on top of that, I got to do one more comparison. I don't know if you remember Mia from 2013 enough to say, but who'd you think played the crazy girl better? Ellie from this one or Mia from 2013?
I'll say Mia because the scenes I do remember from that one. But Ellie did good, but I feel like they didn't give her as much. Like, other people have Mia type scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
That are real good.
Yeah. See, I saw somebody. The only reason I asked this question, I saw it on Facebook. They was like, "Who would you take?" And I personally said I thought Ellie was way creepier than Mia. Ellie was creepy, man. She a mom and she treating her kids like that. That's some creepy shit.
No,
like,
the whole thing. She was creepy.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine if that's your parents. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want like the little girl doing. I want to let my mom back in the house with my mom.
Yeah.
That's creepy. That's fucked up. But Mia was she is Evil Dead to me. Like, I hate to be that person, but she is Evil Dead to me, bro. Like,
no, yeah,
she is it. She's it. This girl was creepy. Ellie was stupid creepy. Ellie was like
when I said the way she just looked at the thing
she
was the scariest thing for me. Like, she does,
She made the movie. There's no question about it. But Mia, man, I remember there's some scenes. We might have to do a review of the 2013 because there's some great scenes in that one. But I just have to say I go with Mia too. I pick Mia. But you want to recommend it? I mean, it's obvious we're gonna recommend it.
Obviously, we're gonna recommend it.
Yeah.
Like, it is it's a great horror movie. It's a great film. You know, you heard what we said, and we'd like to hear what you have to say. So after you like and subscribe, comment down below.
Leave a comment on your scariest scene from the movie, or what else should they comment?
Or funniest scene, because
we laughed a lot.
We didn't get into that, but there is we can do a next one, funniest parts of the movie, because there's you're gonna laugh. Yeah,
we laughed a lot, and I'm glad they did that, because man, when you on the edge of your seat, you ready to be like, I mean, I feel like there's people in there to be ready to get up and leave type shit, and then you add a little funny scene in there, it brings people back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was kind of weird to me. I saw people getting up and walking out in the best scenes. I guess they say they gotta pee.
You see him? I didn't see them.
What? I be watching. I be in the movie theater looking around because I'm one of them people, man. When I'm watching a movie, I don't want nobody to make no sounds. I don't want nobody's phone to light up. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch this motherfucker.
I'm laughing because I'm the worst person to be with. Then
he a talking motherfucker. That nigga was talking in the middle of a movie, bro.
Hey, I was like this. I was like.
And we not even, we two seats. We got a seat between us.
I'm like, this. Hey, Ron, this some bullshit.
Hey, and I'm trying to look at him and look at the movie. He talking about, hey, what the fuck going on? I'm like, bro, if you watch the movie, you'll know what the fuck going on. I don't want to say this to him, but you know.
It's a reason I had to watch it twice, y'all. Sorry.
He had to watch it twice because he was in there bullshitting. I'm in that motherfucker, watching that motherfucker. You ain't go. And my girl will say the same thing. I make her, when we watch a movie, hey, put that phone down, bro. If you go watch this movie, we go watch this motherfucking movie. We ain't finna do no half-assing. I'm a movie connoisseur. I watched them hoes, and he was in there bullshit. He was in there mad. This dude came into the movie mad from the start, bro. He was like he was ready to hate this movie. He was ready to hate this fucking movie, bro.
Look, bro. Don't go do nothing you love after you did something you hate. I got off work to go watch scary movies, which I love, and then review it. I had a lot of pent up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
Just imagine not just spending $12, but you gotta spend $24 because you want to get in there and get mad about some shit and not even watch the movie, man. Come on,
shut up, nigga. It was a good ass movie, and I watched it twice. I feel like I won twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. I will say, Evil Dead is one of the only movies I watch. I don't watch movies multiple times because there's so many movies to watch. But I've watched Evil Dead 2013 probably about 6 times. And that's a lot for me. Only funny movies will get more watches out of that than me. I don't watch movies like that.
movies that I really like that bring like a little bit of dread to me. I don't watch often because I don't want to get used to it.
Yeah.
So like Evil Dead 2013, I've probably seen like 4 times. While as The Conjurings, any one of them I've seen over 20 times.
Yeah.
Any of the Insidious I've seen over 20 times. I own them, but like I won't go buy one of these Evil Deads because
you don't want to ruin it for yourself.
Nah, man.
And yeah, I just gotta say it, man. Like I said, when I say I don't watch movies twice, any movie I've seen in the last 3 years, haven't watched any of them again. None of them. I don't do it. I don't watch movies twice because there's a million movies to watch, bro. I got 5 streaming services.
But when it's so good, bro, and it ends,
this is how I feel. I feel like the way I felt when I watched it is how I want to feel about that movie forever. I don't want to watch it again and then be like nitpicky. I'm a nitpicky motherfucker. I start watching and say, hold on, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Why didn't they do this? And next thing you know, I'm like, that movie wasn't that good. First time it felt good. That movie was trash. Yeah. Especially with scary movies, it's easy to nitpick. So I leave them where they at a lot of times, man. I really do. But this one, I recommend you go and watch it.
Oh, please do.
Please watch it in the movie theater, actually.
Please watch some of our videos, some of his videos on his channel. Rome with RaRa.
Yeah. Leave a comment like we said.
Hit the like button.
Yeah. I'm going to try to put this out quickly, so hopefully it'll still be a topic when I drop it. So, you got anything to add in?
Let us know what you want us to talk about, because, we can talk about anything.
Yeah. Oh, and we're thinking about starting a podcast. Mm-hmm. I tried to start one already. But it's hard to get people to want a podcast, and we gotta find shit to talk about, and it's gotta be fun for us.
People are undependable, man.
And not only that, but it's gotta be fun for us. It can't just be us in here, we gotta do this because we gotta do it.
It's gotta be something we want to do. Like people who want to hear. Let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming. I'm trying to add another mic.
Some anime stuff, some sports stuff, some Atlanta stuff. Shout out to my Hawks who got knocked out, but
they put up a fight, more of a fight than I thought. So But if y'all got anything else, leave it in.